The story starts with Pippa, who has just moved into a new apartment in Montreal with her boyfriend, Thomas, for the first time. They are very happy to start living together and are really excited about this big step. That night, while they are having drinks, they see right into the apartment across from them because the window is clear. They quickly start looking at their neighbors inside. When the couple nearby starts kissing deeply, Pippa and Thomas can't help but stare and make comments about what they see, like they're watching a performance. Pippa tells Thomas to stop watching and to give the couple some privacy. Thomas says the neighbors must know they can be seen through the big open windows and that they don't care. It looks like it was done on purpose. Still, Pippa persuades him to look away. Each window in the building shows a different life, but the one across from theirs has a particularly interesting view. It seems they did it on purpose. That night, Pippa puts on a sexy nightgown, hoping to have their first special moment together in their new home. But when she looks at Thomas, she sees he is sound asleep. She is angry because he left her. The next morning, Pippa is on her way to work when she meets her coworker and best friend, Ari, on the way, and they walk together, who asks her about her new life with Thomas. Pippa says that the night before, Pippa laughed and told her that they were having a good time watching their neighbors last night. At her job at the clinic, Pippa helps an eye doctor and is learning to become a doctor herself one day. Her doctor gives her a little gift to celebrate her new place. She expressed her best wishes for a successful marriage and a happy life. When Pippa comes back, she is happy to find that Thomas has made her a drawing on a chalkboard. She smiles, hangs up the doctor's gift, and they chat about getting to know their neighbors, still amazed by the lovely life happening in the building across from them. But then, something bad happens. They see their neighbor across the street choking. In a panic, they try to get his wife's attention, but she doesn't see them. Pippa asks Thomas to help, but before he can get up, the wife sees what's going on, runs over, and saves her husband just in time. Pippa and Thomas feel happy and relaxed as they see the couple hug and kiss, knowing that he is safe. Later that night, Pippa can't sleep, so she goes to the kitchen to get some water. She looks back at the window. She sees the neighbor's wife getting ready to leave for a trip, and her husband walks her to the window to say goodbye. Pippa can't take her eyes off him. His looks and appeal are captivating. She was staring at the man's posture, and without thinking, she dropped the glass and it broke. The next day, Thomas, a music composer for commercials, gets distracted by a window while he works. He sees a photographer across the street having a close interaction with one of his models while his wife is not around, which seems more personal than just taking pictures. On her way home from work, Pippa sees a pair of binoculars in a store window. She buys them on a whim. Now, she and Thomas can watch their neighbor even more closely. They see the photographer ask the young woman to come in, give her a drink, and then take her clothes off, making her feel comfortable and attracted to him. While the couple nearby gives in to their feelings, Pippa and Thomas try to find new and fun ways to connect with each other. However, Thomas doesn't completely meet Pippa's needs like the neighbor does. That night, Pippa gets out of bed again because she can't sleep. She keeps watching the photographer until his wife gets back from her trip. Pippa sees the couple hug each other tightly with a lot of love, and it makes her feel complicated emotions. The next day, Pippa tells her friends the story at a get-together. In the talk, Thomas's sister says that Thomas could once catch sound from closed rooms with a special microphone. Later, at home, Thomas shares how it's possible to hear conversations in the neighbor's apartment by using vibrations and the way sound bounces off glass windows. But to make it work, they would need a shiny surface like a mirror. And sadly, there isn't one available. It feels like it's impossible. But Pippa is very decided. She persuades Thomas to go with her to a party at the neighbor's house. Her hidden plan is to quietly put something there that will make sound bounce back. As soon as they arrive, while waiting for the bathroom, Thomas discovers a scary secret. Sebastian is cheating on his wife again. Pippa takes advantage of the distraction at the party and, with Thomas's help, hides a mirror behind one of the statues in the house. They leave without anyone seeing them and go back home. In their apartment, Thomas sets up a laser and, with Pippa's help, shines the beam onto a mirror. She carefully follows the redirected light, while Thomas adjusts the equipment. Suddenly, the voices from across the street become clear and unmistakable. They hear Julia talking to Sebastian. She is very angry because she found out that he went into the bathroom with a few women at the party. She is accusing him of being unfaithful. Sebastian, tired of all the fights, tells her he wants to divorce. He's finished with her. Julia, feeling hopeless, tries to keep him. She says she relies on him for money and support and promises to forget about it and not talk about it anymore. But Sebastian doesn't care. He makes her feel embarrassed and breaks her glasses while doing it. Pippa and Thomas sit quietly by their window, feeling uneasy about what they've seen. The next day at the clinic, Pippa is surprised to see Julia come in to get new frames for her broken glasses. Pippa has to help her pick some out. During the eye test, Julia has a hard time seeing the letters, and Pippa feels worried and scared that their secret watching will be found out. She does extra tests using different tools to make sure there aren't any bigger problems. As they begin the fitting part, Pippa and Julia feel calm. Their talk gets friendlier and more personal. Before she leaves, Julia asks Pippa to come with her to a sauna and spa this weekend. Pippa feels nervous but can't say no, so she agrees. At the same time, Thomas is working on a project for a business, but he can't help but listen in again. He watches as Sebastian tries to charm one of his models using his usual approach. At first, the woman isn't interested, but after he keeps asking and offers her more money, she finally agrees to a small deal with him. Later, Pippa talks to Thomas about Julia's visit and what they want to do this weekend. She says she wants to help Julia see that her husband is cheating on her, but Thomas is tired of it. He tells her that this isn't their issue and insists they should stop watching him. He asks her to cancel the plans with Julia. When Pippa says no, Thomas feels upset and steps back. He picks up his coat, pretending to go get drinks, and leaves. The weekend is here. Pippa meets Julia at the spa. In the sauna, Pippa suggests to Julia that she should stay away from a relationship that is damaged by cheating. Julia ignores it. She says she owes everything to her husband and that she would be nothing without him. She says good things about Sebastian, calling him an expert and successful, someone she fully trusts. Pippa stays quiet. The two women leave each other outside the spa. Now completely involved, Pippa closely observes the couple's lives with a lot of focus. She carefully keeps an eye on Sebastian's activities. One night, after getting the cameras ready, she sees Julia awake at her computer, having a hard time using the printer. A thought starts. Using Thomas's method, Pippa stops the connection and sends a message to Julia without showing who she is. Sebastian is being dishonest. Julia laughs it off at first, but the message keeps saying to look in the bathroom trash. There is a used condom. At that moment, Thomas sees what Pippa is doing. He gets angry and blames her for going too far. He says she has become too obsessed. But Pippa is determined. She wants people to know about Sebastian. Julia, feeling nervous, waits for the right time and then looks in the bathroom trash can. She discovers it and gets really angry. Julia grabs a knife and rushes to Sebastian's room, while Pippa and Thomas look on in shock. Thomas gets scared and grabs the phone to call the police. Pippa puts a stop to him. If Julia hurts Sebastian, the police will come to find them first. In the end, Pippa was the one who came up with the idea. In the end, Julia hesitates or struggles. She can't do it. She puts down the knife and leaves, feeling sad and angry. Thomas breaks Pippa's binoculars and goes to his bedroom. The next morning, he talks to her about it. That's enough, he insists that she stop the spying. Pippa promises that there will be no more spying and no more dangers. They hug tightly, holding on to each other after the chaos of last night. But their happiness doesn't last long. They see some motion through the window, then everything goes quiet. Julia has died by suicide. Pippa is extremely shocked. Thomas, scared and upset, blames Pippa for all that has happened. He gathers his things, breaks up with her, and leaves. That night, Pippa sleeps alone in the bed. The next day, while contacting clients about their finished eyeglasses, she comes across Julia's order that is ready. Trying not to cry, she called the delivery guys to deliver it to her, aware that Julia will never see it. Weeks go by. Pippa sees Sebastian, who is sad and lost after Julia died. Trying to ease her guilt, she goes into a bar where he is sitting and drinking. She looks at him from far away. He sees her. As he talks, Sebastian shares his feelings and admits he is hurting. Pippa comforts him by talking softly and making him feel better. He asks her to come to his house for a drink and a short modeling session. Pippa agrees. They walk back to his home together. Her agreement shows the truth. Pippa's real reason for helping Julia was never her true goal. Inside, she always dreamed of being with Sebastian. At his house, he makes her a drink and asks if she'll go to the opening of his new art show. He follows his usual routine and sets her up in front of his camera. After taking a few pictures, he asks her to take off some clothes so he can take more personal, half-naked photos. He tells her he's a professional and encourages her to trust him. He takes off his clothes slowly. Pippa is fascinated and follows him. He takes her picture and then hugs her. They kiss, giving in to their strong feelings. Thomas arrives at Pippa's apartment with flowers, hoping to make up with her. When he doesn't find her there, he helps himself to a drink from the fridge and even puts some out for the birds outside. Then, while checking his stuff, he discovers that Pippa is in Sebastian's apartment, being disloyal to him. Very angry. The next morning, Pippa wakes up in Sebastian's bed. When she goes home, she finds Thomas has died by suicide. Heartbroken, she spends many months feeling sad and overwhelmed, blaming herself and believing that she caused his death. Later on, while walking in the city, she sees a poster for Sebastian's art show opening. Even though she isn't sure it's a good idea, she decides to go, bringing Ari with her. At the gallery, Sebastian thanks her in front of everyone for coming and tells her to enjoy the show. He starts talking about his new project and then, surprisingly, asks the love of his life, Julia, to come on stage and talk about it. The crowd gasps in surprise, happy that everyone is safe. Julia says that the project is all about Pippa and Thomas. They were being watched all the time. Every secret looks and every time someone was spying was captured by hidden cameras in Sebastian and Julia's house. Calm and cool, Julia tells Pippa's story to the audience. Pippa realizes that she is being blamed for Thomas's death. She understands that everything was fake and planned out. She and Thomas were just pieces in their complicated game. Feeling embarrassed, she runs out of the gallery, hurries home, and then goes to Sebastian's house. In the attic, she finds a scary bear that contains recordings of all the moments she shared with Thomas. Shaking, she breaks the equipment and rips the photos apart, crying heavily. The next day, she has to leave her apartment in Montreal. While packing quietly, she pours the last bit of water from the bird feeder and sees some dead birds on the ground outside the window. A little while later, she turns around and sees Julia there, calm and smiling, saying goodbye. At the same time, Sebastian and Julia give an interview to a shiny magazine. They talk about their new idea, which is a gallery series showing how people like to watch their neighbors. Each season focuses on a different person who is being watched. As the interview comes to an end, Sebastian becomes restless, and the couple quickly leaves, taking a gift from a fan with them. At home, they drink together and talk about feeling guilty. Sebastian says he feels really bad inside. Julia says she doesn't feel anything and seems unaffected. She says that Thomas's death is Pippa's fault. Then the printer starts making noise. A message starts to appear on the page, written in Pippa's voice. She says she knows it all. Thomas didn't take his own life. They killed him in a rush of fear. Sebastian and Julia notice she's close by. They quickly try to find her. Pippa runs to her job and locks the doors, trying hard to keep them out, but they get in anyway. Feeling trapped, she blames Julia for making Thomas's death look like a suicide by poisoning him and for controlling her from the start. Julia denies it and tells Pippa she's imagining things, but suddenly, Pippa falls down. Pippa looks at Sebastian, calm and unfriendly. She tells him the drinks were her present, but they were poisoned. His sight becomes fuzzy. She leans closer and whispers, "Look at me, Sebastian. My face is the last thing you'll see." She pulls them under the eye doctor's tools and turns on the machines. The light hurts their eyes. They scream Pippa makes them unable to see so they can't hurt anyone else with their tricks. The movie ends here. Please, my family, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.